All right, you guys, so I'm going to go ahead and get started because I know that some of you guys may be catching this during your lunch hour, and I hope that you are. So, as you have figured out, I am Cassie, and I am your farm wife foodie with the Pampered Chef. And so I am coming at you live as I'm kind of making a few things for my lunch, but also just a few things to prep for the week. I know it's Monday, maybe I should be doing that on Sunday, but that's just how it works. So if you are hearing me, can you comment below that so I know that you're hearing me if you're in my kitchen adventure group on Facebook? And so I am going to first share with you a couple things that I am going to do. I have over here, let's see if it'll stream over here for me. It's not following me for some reason. There we go. Oh, and I have things in the way. Pampered, not perfect, guys. They let anybody do this. I have some eggs that are hard boiling in our deluxe multi-cooker. And so I will say that we have fresh eggs because we have chickens, and this is the only way that I can get them to peel really easily. And so we do a lot in this. This is a multi-cooker, meaning that it can be a slow cooker, it can be a pressure cooker, it can also sous vide, which I will tell you, when I learned about sous vide at first, I was like, why would you want to do such a thing? And what the heck is that? So basically, you cook food in a bag. So you use like a Ziploc bag, or we do have some silicone bags that you can get with it. But you, like for instance, steak. I'm going to put steak in there. I like my steak medium, and so I am going to have it in a bath of water that is 130 degrees. And so you want it to stay constant at that, and that is why you get a multi-cooker, because it will keep that temperature at exactly 130 degrees. So it does take a few hours, but I will tell you guys, after it's done, you'll sear it real quick and you will be amazed by the flavor. We love it that way. And you could also sous vide these things ahead of time and then just sear them when you are ready to cook them. And so it would be pretty quick and easy. I know you can do egg bites, there's a lot of things, but the multi-cooker helps you keep the guesswork out of it. It has buttons for you that are pretty easy, like preset settings. There's soup, there's beef, there's pork, there's chicken, there's white rice, there's brown rice, there's slow cook, there's all things, but it is pretty user friendly. And we also have a little cookbook that comes with it. And I always say start with those recipes because you'll be able to adapt those to make other things. Like they have a chicken parmesan pasta one that I like to use. And when I use that, now I can switch out, like if I'm going to do different kinds of noodles or I'm going to do different kinds of sauces and things. So right now I need to check and see what's going on. Okay, so I put it in for 5 minutes, and then now I am going to release the steam. So I put for 5 minutes and then I let it count up for 5 minutes. I don't know how well you guys can see that, but that means that it naturally releases some of the steam. And so it's not such a scary, it's not super scary when the steam releases, but I know that's what people worry about. And so I usually let it count up and then I can release the steam and it'll won't be so much. So I'm gonna go ahead and push that button. I don't know if you'll see the steam or not, but it will come out at a little bit of an angle and it's following me and not my quick cooker. I'm gonna move this over. Maybe. I love technology, right? Camera's supposed to follow me, but it's not doing so good. Maybe if I, oh well. Okay, I'm gonna push the button. Oh, and I'm right in the way almost, but it's all good. So there goes the eggs. I will show you guys here in just a moment. It doesn't take long what I put them in. So you always have to put at least a cup of liquid whenever you pressure cook anything. Come on, camera, this way. There we go. And so I'll show you the basket I put it in. I will tell you, I had one egg that had a little crack in it, probably from the chicks. And so it is a little cracked in there, but not bad. But we have these steam baskets, and I usually use those for eggs the most. And then it has this little silicone grip thing, so it doesn't actually get hot. But then I just put this in some cold water, or I put it in the fridge, and we just peel as we go. And so I'm gonna go ahead and just put that back in, and I'm going to turn that off. And then I'm gonna show you guys our blender. So our blender is something that I love to use for soup, to make peanut butter, to make jams, smoothies, all of those things. But what I like about it is with the settings, you can put it in and walk away. But we are going to make peanut butter in there today. And something that you may love to know about our blender is that it's on sale this month. And so you can get it for $70 off, which is pretty big. And so what is today? The 20th. So you have until the 28th at midnight. And so that might be something you want to check into. And then we are going to make peanut butter in there. So I actually did this with our Clover Kids 4-H group a couple weeks ago, and they were all super amazed because they were like, wait a minute, you only use peanuts. So what I do is I usually just get a jar of peanuts about like this, and this is 3 cups, which is exactly what you need. And you do not need oil, you don't need anything else, but you can really use any kind of peanuts. We usually get honey roasted just because we like the flavor, but I'll tell you, if you really want an expensive jar of peanut butter, go to Hy-Vee and get caramel covered peanuts, because it's super good, but it's definitely a little bit more expensive. But we are going to go ahead and make that. So I'm going to move this over, and I'm going to try and make it so that you guys can see it. And if I stand behind it, it'll help better too. So I'm going to go ahead and put a jar of peanuts in there. You guys will be amazed. It only takes 2 minutes and 20 seconds. And so we're just going to put the lid on. And I'm doing this backwards because it's facing you. So I'm sorry if I like mess it up. See, put the lid on wrong. There we go. Oh, and I don't even have it on. But the other thing that I love, and we'll show you how that works a little bit, is that this thing washes itself. And so one reason why I haven't used a blender, my old blender in the past, was because I hated to wash it. But this thing is pretty slick. So we have different buttons up here. There's smoothie, alternative milk. So you could actually make like coconut milk, cashew milk, almond milk, all those things. Grind, which is what we're going to use today. Heated wash, soup, jam, heated puree, and sauce. So it does heat up, and it'll actually boil things. Like I love making our tomato basil soup in here, and it actually boils. It tells you what temperature it is at and all of those things. For the peanut butter, it does not get hot, but you're going to notice the friction obviously is going to make it warm. And so I am just going to hit grind, and then you'll see it'll start climbing the walls a little bit. And so I will go ahead and open the cap and then just kind of plunge it down a little bit. I do that for no more than 30 seconds, and then it'll continue. The first time I did it, I thought, oh my goodness, I broke it, because it takes a little bit to spin, and then all of a sudden it's like a magic tornado. And so I just want you to know that, because it's going, but you may not see that it's all happening underneath the surface. So I wanted to tell you guys all that before it gets, because it could get loud. It is a blender, right? So I'm going to go ahead, go to grind. It's 2 minutes and 20 seconds. So all I do, see if it'll go down here, but there's a little dial, and then you just switch it to the setting that you want. So I'm just going to go ahead and click the button. And here we go. go. A little over a minute left. All right, we are done. So we have peanut butter. Now I have to tell you that my husband likes chunky peanut butter. So what I usually do is I'll put a little bit of more peanuts in at the end and just hit pulse and let it kind of chunk up. Otherwise I've used the chopper and I've chopped up some peanuts and then put that on top as well and kind of stirred it in. Oops, don't know why I'm doing that. I'm gonna open this up. You're gonna see how smooth this is. What I do is I usually get these little like jars or Tupperware. I usually use like a mason jar or a Tupperware kind of screw top lid. And then I put this in the fridge. So it's supposed to last 4 to 6 weeks. I'm going to tell you, we have not had peanut butter last that long here. So I don't know what happens, but it does not separate. So a lot of times you'll see organic peanut butter separate at the store. This does not separate. We have not experienced that. But I actually make 2 batches typically, but I'm just gonna go ahead and show you guys. It's creamy, especially at first because it's a little bit warm from the friction. And so this is our large scraper. If you're getting the blender, I always suggest also getting this. Can you guys see how? And then I'll kind of clean up a little bit more. So I guess I could show you guys how to clean it, even though I'm going to make another batch. And I'll show you that while I'm cutting up my apples. My kids were begging for peanut butter. So when I knew I was going live, I was like, this will be the perfect thing to do because we were out of peanut butter, which is like a I can't even say tragedy here. So I'm going to go ahead and just kind of scrape a little bit more. But I always think, do you guys know, like there was a lot of peanut butter recalls in the last few months. And so I have to say that I feel very good about making my own peanut butter for that fact, because I don't have to worry about that. And it's very good. My kids do not like store-bought peanut butter anymore. And sorry guys, if any of you are commenting on my Facebook page, I am not checking it very well. I know that some people said they could hear me, so that's good. Okay, scrape it out just a little bit more. So I usually will just take a scraper and kind of go up the walls. And it's amazing how much it picks out. And you have to realize it is peanut butter, so it's sticky, right? So kids will be so happy. My Georgia loves carrots with peanut butter. So yesterday she wanted carrots and she was mad because we didn't have any peanut butter. Just hadn't had a chance to make it. And then we were going to the store. We were teasing her saying, we could buy some peanut butter. And she goes, oh no, do not buy it. It's not good. So it's kind of funny how spoiled they get after that, but pretty simple to make. Okay, so now I'm gonna wash it quick while I cut up an apple. And so I'm gonna put that down. All we gotta do is put 3 cups of water and then like 2 drops of soap. Sorry if you guys can see all my dirty dishes. Real life here in the kitchen. Actually, I should say they're not dirty. They're just drying in the dish rack. Oops, am I putting it on? See, I'm doing it backwards, so I'm getting confused. All right, and then what I usually do is right here. I just like it. Go put. So don't want to put too much soap in. The first time I did this, I thought, oh wait, 2 drops of soap is not gonna be enough. So I put a little bit too much in. And you know how if you put dish soap in your dishwasher, you have suds everywhere? That's what happens. So I'm gonna do heated wash, and you'll see it's gonna soak it and it'll get warm. So it's gonna get up to 140 degrees. So I love that part because it's not just water, it's actually gonna sanitize it too. So as that's going, I am just going to show you. So I have an apple, and obviously we have our apple wedger, which I think many of you guys would know what an apple wedger is. And so I thought I would just show you the core. It's kind of funny because this is what my son really likes to use, is the core, and then he gets the paring knife, and then he will just cut it up from there. He's kind of like obsessed with knives. But see, it's not showing. Maybe it will show if I. But basically, there we go. Maybe. Yeah. Sorry guys, it's supposed to follow me, but it doesn't always do so great. But you'll just basically turn this through. See if I do it straight since I'm not having it on the ground, but you'll just kind of turn it through until it gets to the bottom. And you have to remember, sometimes an apple is not straight. So this one turned out all right. But then you'll just pull it out. And then there's this little knob here. Click that. And it comes right out. So there you go. And so sometimes people like to do that because then if they're making like big batches of like apple crisp or anything like that, it just saves you time from having to cut around the core. We have made, when we put these in the oven, and we'll put some like cinnamon in there and then some marshmallows and some chocolate chips around it and make little, I don't know what they're called, but we make them like a baked apple type of thing. So there you go, you guys. So I'm gonna have some apples and peanut butter, maybe even a peanut butter sandwich, and then some hard-boiled eggs, some random stuff for lunch today. That's what happens when you work from home and you're feeding yourself, right? So it's at 120 degrees right now. And so 122, it's just gonna keep climbing. And then you'll see it move around here again. I'll just wait so you guys can kind of see that happen, but it will be clean as all get out. Like I can see, and I know you guys wouldn't be able to see it, even if I put it really close, but it's actually, because I know it's getting hot, you can see the peanut butter actually like going down the walls a little bit and getting clean. So that's good. I'm just going to see if there's any comments that I missed, and I will. You can catch this replay whenever in my group, and if you are watching this on one of my table parties, I will post the replay, because I know some people get a lunch break and get to enjoy doing something like this on their lunch. Other people do not, but I am going to try and do these either every Monday or every other Monday in my group, and that way you can maybe learn something new a little bit from me. So we'll see. And it's easier when my kids aren't around, I'll be honest. There we go. Here we go. It's going to spin around for about 2 minutes, and then it's going to be clean. So I'll go ahead and stay on just a little bit, show you. And then it'll go around the other way. Minute left. Yum. Ten seconds. Okay, I'm going to show you guys a sneak peek of something that's coming out March 1st, but this is our utensil cleaner brush. I don't know if that's the technical name. Still learning all the new things that are coming, but let's see, it opens all the way and it has the cleaning brushes on both sides, and so you can close it and like you could clean a knife, for instance, like this. I know that this is something I'm going to use a lot for the blender, because right where that seal is, it doesn't always get super clean. And so I usually will pour it out, and then I've been starting to use this to clean it. So just wanted to share that with you. But if you guys have any questions, let me know. Blender sale is good through February, so don't wait on that. And I will post a link in my group. If you are in the party, you will click the shop now link on top. And if you have questions, just shoot me a message. But thanks, you guys. Have a great Monday. And I hope that you're having a delicious lunch. Words are hard today, aren't they, you guys? All right. Have a good one. I'm going to see how to end this the right way.